Can we shoot good videos with mobile phone? That's an interesting question. The more interesting answer is yes, definitely we can. Wondering how to do it? You have come to the right place. Hey guys, I'm Saurav, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about mobile videography. I'm going to cover the basics, I'm going to give you certain advanced tips and teach you everything you need to know to shoot amazing videos just with a mobile phone. I'm very excited, hope you're too. So without wasting any time, let's get started. The first thing is basic settings. Now there are two basic settings. One is resolution, two is FPS. Nowadays phones can shoot in 4K resolution, and 4K resolution any day is going to be better than 1080p for two reasons. One is you get more resolution, you get more flexibility to zoom in post, and two, when you're watching a 4K video at 1080p, it's going to look better than watching a 1080p video at 1080p. So overall, a 4K video is better than 1080p in terms of resolution and sharpness. But there are certain cons in shooting in 4K. One, the file size is too big and your phone memory can get filled really fast. And two, you need a strong machine to edit 4K videos. Now, if you don't have a machine that is capable of editing in 4K, what's the point of shooting in 4K, right? But if you have the flexibility of editing in 4K, I would recommend you to shoot in 4K. But that doesn't mean 1080p is bad either. The second basic setting is FPS. Now if you don't know what FPS is, it is frames per second. So for example, if you're shooting a video at 30 frames per second, you're basically shooting 30 frames per second. And when you watch that video, those frames are played continuously one after the other and you see a video. My phone comes with two options. One is default, that is 30 FPS, and second is 60 FPS. Now, if you want a more real life-like motion, I would recommend you to shoot in 30 FPS. The video you're watching right now is being shot at 30 FPS, whereas 60 FPS is a much smoother motion than 30 FPS. What FPS should you use? That's actually a subjective opinion. A lot of times I shoot in 60 FPS because I get those extra frames so that I can slow it down in post-processing. So what FPS to use? As I said, it's a personal preference. But remember one thing, higher FPS requires faster shutter speed, and faster shutter speed requires more amount of light. So if you're shooting in low light conditions, the 60 FPS video is going to give you much more grain than 30 FPS video. So shooting in lower FPS in low light conditions is recommended for better quality videos. So you have set your FPS in resolution and you're all set to record the video. But before recording the video, you have to do one extra thing. Actually, two extra things. Locking your exposure and focus. It's very basic, but it's very important. I tap on my subject and I hold it to lock the focus, and then I change the exposure using the exposure slider. Why do I do this? Is I don't want my focus and exposure to change while filming. Now remember, only lock your focus if the subject is not moving. If the subject is moving, only lock the exposure. The next point I want to talk about is camera motion. Now, if you want an extremely stable shot with no motion, please use a tripod. Mobile tripods are not very expensive and they will give you the most stable shot. Now, if you want movement in your videos, you have two options. One is shooting handheld. Now, while shooting handheld, I have noticed that when I hold the mobile phone closer to me, I get much more stable footage rather than holding the mobile phone far away from me. Using this tip will give you smooth handheld shots, but if you want smoother shots, I would recommend you to use a gimbal. Mobile gimbals are great. They are not as expensive as traditional gimbals for DSLR and mirrorless cameras, and they are easy to set up. If you want to level up your production quality, mobile gimbal is a great addition to your kit. Doesn't matter how you're shooting, handheld or using a gimbal. Shooting in slow motion will give you much smoother videos with less shake. And that brings me to the next point. Yes, you guessed it right, slow motion. Now slow motion is nothing but shooting a video in higher FPS. Now my phone gives me the option of shooting in 120 FPS. When you're shooting in 120 FPS, as I said, you're viewing 120 frames in a second. Compared to 30 FPS, that's 4 times more frames. And because of that, the video appears to be slow, and that's why it's called slow motion. I'm a genius, I know, right? Okay, on a serious note, if you want to slow down a particular action, slow motion videos are a great option. And the option of shooting slow motion videos in such a small device is actually a great thing. But remember that in slow motion, you're shooting at higher FPS. And as I said before, higher FPS uses faster shutter speed. So only shoot in slow motion if you have good amount of light. Next thing is camera lenses. Nowadays, mobile phones comes with multiple lenses, and that's a great thing, not only for photos but also for videos. My phone comes with a wide-angle lens, a standard lens and a telephoto lens. I use the wide-angle lens when I want to capture a wider perspective. The wide-angle look really enhances the landscape and it looks much more dynamic. Wide-angle lens also adds some distortion, so when I don't want that look, I shoot with my standard lens. Talking about telephoto lens, I don't use it much, but it's a good addition to have because I don't lose resolution while zooming in, and the telephoto lens also has more compression than the standard lens, and it gives this not shot with mobile look, if you know what I mean. So yes, if your mobile phone have multiple lenses, don't only use it for photos, also use it for videos. Shooting with a single lens can actually be a lot monotonous. When you mix and match multiple lenses, the video looks much more interesting and dynamic. Now coming to the last point, this is for those people who are more serious about videography. That is using third-party applications. Certain third-party applications gives you more control over your video than the stock application. I will link some of the apps in the description below. The one I use is the Filmic Pro. It's a paid software, but it's totally worth it. This is not a sponsored video. I have bought the software and I've been using it for the last couple of years and I totally love it. There are a lot of options to use. I won't go through each and every one of them. Maybe that's a topic for a different video. But in short, it gives me the flexibility of choosing the shutter speed and ISO. It also allows me to shoot in 24 FPS and get that cinematic look. I always shoot in flat picture profile while using this application because the flat video has less contrast and desaturated colors, but this gives me the flexibility of color grading it in post and making it look much better. If you're very serious about videography and you use your mobile phone a lot, I would definitely recommend you to try this application. That's it from this video guys. I hope you guys got to learn something about mobile videography and this video will help you to shoot better videos with mobile phone. If you like the video, press the like button. If you're new to the channel, for more such content, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.